Hey, what's up everyone? I hope everyone's having an awesome week and a really good day. It's warming up just a little bit where I am right now. Still pretty cold. I can smell someone's house on fire. So, it's just tough living in the cold. Things catch on fire, trying to stay warm. But anyways, guys, in this video, I wanted to talk about how you should tell your family you're leaving the face of the planet to move out to Southeast Asia or wherever you desire. And I want to make this far less complicated than it is, and I want you guys to lower your inhibition, which is lower your anxiety levels, because the perspective you have to think about this in is, if people truly want the best for you, then they want you to be happy, right? And if you're not happy and you think there's another place that suits you better, then they should be supportive. But there's a bit of a shock factor when you go from all the way from, let's say, the Midwest in the United States out to Cambodia or Thailand or wherever. People are kind of like, what? Where are you going? And so, how you guys can handle this is that I'm going to tell you guys what I did, and I'm not suggesting that you guys do the same thing that I did, but I'm going to tell you how you can handle this situation. I booked a flight, and I simply told my family, the night before I left. Now, I'm not telling you guys to do that. That was the first time I went back out to Southeast Asia by myself after I finished school and everything like that. I lived there when I was a kid, so my family was a little more aware that I wasn't going to a war zone or something like that. But if you guys are so afraid and you don't want the burden of people constantly trying to talk you out of it, then my suggestion is just tell them when you get past the security checkpoint at the airport that you're about ready to hop on a 777 and jump the Pacific Ocean. Because if your life really sucks and it has to do with where you're from, because there's places in America that I couldn't imagine living in. The place I live in is pretty boring. It's in the Midwest. Not a whole lot goes on here. But if you're from some place like, Kentucky, or I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect any states. I do like Kentucky. But if you're from one of these states where there's just no prosperity at all, nothing goes on, then I suggest that you make a change. And I mean, you could certainly make a change to a U.S. city too, but this channel's all about going the extra mile, going the extra 7,000 miles, right? And so, yeah, if you feel as if your family and your friends are going to give you that hard of a time about it, I would just not even tell them. If this is something that matters that much to you, I would text them once you get past the security point and there's the point of no return, right? And you just tell them, you just say hey, this is what it is. This is what I want to do. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I didn't want to be talked out of it, because we do get talked out of things, guys. That is a fact, that many things we don't realize, but that we want to do, we get talked out of by the people that we dear and respect the most. So this may sound like a narcissistic thing to do, but then again, you deserve to live out your dream and do the things that you want to do. And not many people have the confidence and ability to even make an adjustment or move or just make an attempt to begin with. So they should be supportive. And if they not, you know where they stand with you, right? And you move on with your life. Now, if you don't want to do the crazy thing that I said, and I'm not suggesting all of you do that. That's just for some of you guys. But if you want to handle it a bit more slowly, then my suggestion is you just flat out tell them, that, hey, don't speak as in the language as if you're asking for permission. Speak in the language of certainty of, hey, I wanted to tell you that December 17th, that'd be expensive for flights, but January 25th, I made the decision. I need an adjustment in my life. I don't like the way my life's going right now, and I need a big change. I've done a lot of research on this place, but I'm going to go out to Thailand and give it a try, you know? And there's going to be a shock factor. There wasn't as much for me because I went to high school in Thailand. My dad's been a expat overseas for 2 or 3 decades, so there wasn't as much as a shock factor. There still was, and you know, my mom's still gonna worry, and that's still gonna happen. But for some of you guys, and for some of the other expats I know out there, they always talk to me. They say, how do I tell my parents that I'm not coming home? And you have to speak in certainty. You have to change the way you talk, and once you do that, you're gonna change the way you think about your life, right? Like, if you're always talking in this passive voice of asking for permission for your family, then ultimately nobody's gonna trust what you do, because they feel as if you don't know what you're doing and you're asking for permission and you have a scarcity mindset. And I'm not trying to lecture you guys, but this is what I've noticed is if you talk in certainty, people don't question the words that come out of your mouth as much. So, I mean, ultimately, guys, the bottom line of this video is to actually get you guys to pull the trigger, because so many people have the scope all lined up. You have it all on target, all sighted up, but you just can't pull the trigger, and you stand there and look at the target, and this is just, why would you want to do that? You know, like, your time is precious, your time is finite. So ultimately, you have to let go of the fact of what other people think, because most people just don't have an open mindset, and the majority of people just aren't going to do very much in their life. And I don't mean that to sound harsh, but that's why to the masses, when you say you're going to do something like move to Southeast Asia, or you're going to start a business, or you're going to walk across the country, like, it doesn't register to most people because it's so far off the charts. But I mean, then again, do you want to end up like them? Man, guys, these trucks are so loud in the cold weather. I try to find somewhere to make a quiet video. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so, like, do you want their lives? Like, you know, do you want the person's life that you're asking permission for? And, you know, if you do want to ask for permission, ask it from someone that's done it. Ask it for someone who's been there, done that, and then you can take it into consideration. But ultimately, you should always do what you desire to do, right? So go out there, guys. I hope that you guys live your dreams, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.